BBC, starting on the 27th of July.
You can see why it's called the SHARD. It's covered in 11,000 panes of glass that never quite meet at the top. Built in just 3 years with money from the government of Qatar, it will be home to offices, restaurants, a hotel and exclusive flats, the highest apartments in Western Europe.
For others, the building is ethereal, magical.
Love it or loathe it, you can't miss it. The SHARD.
The SHARD.
Chitty bang bang, chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang. Oh, you pretty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, we love you. And in chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, what you do near, far, in a motor car. Oh, what a happy time we spend. Bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, our fine four-fendered friend. Bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, our fine four-fendered friend. Chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang. Oh, you pretty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, we love you.
This is what OpenAI has to say.
If the SHARD building in London, completed in 2012, were to abruptly teleport back to 1912, the impact on both time periods would be profound. Here's how this scenario might play out.
Effect on 1912. Technological shock.
In 1912, a 310-meter-tall futuristic skyscraper would be beyond comprehension. The tallest building of that era, the Metropolitan Life Tower in New York, was only 213 meters. The SHARD's modern design, materials like glass and steel, and advanced structural systems would appear as something from science fiction.
Social and political reactions.
The sudden appearance of such a structure could cause mass hysteria, confusion, and even fear. There would likely be a mix of awe and concern. People might attribute it to supernatural or divine causes, or perhaps an unknown technology far ahead of their time.
Historical ripples.
The SHARD's existence in 1912 could disrupt the course of architecture, engineering, and construction techniques. Engineers might study it to reverse engineer modern building practices decades early. This could accelerate technological advancements, from structural design to materials science.
Economic and infrastructure impact.
A building that large requires significant infrastructure, electricity, plumbing, elevators, etc., all of which would be unavailable in 1912. The building might stand as a useless monolith, an uninhabited structure for a while, or an entire industry could emerge trying to retrofit 1912 technologies to suit it.
Impact on 2012. Immediate consequences.
If the SHARD vanished from 2012, the sudden absence of such a massive structure would leave a gaping void in the skyline of London. There would be an immediate outcry, investigations, and a scramble to explain the disappearance. It could be viewed as a terrorist act or even a natural disaster at first.
Economic fallout.
The SHARD houses offices, restaurants, hotels, and residential spaces. Its sudden disappearance would disrupt businesses, displace people, and cause significant financial losses. Insurance claims would flood in, and the shock could even shake investor confidence in the city.
A scientific scramble.
Scientists and researchers would race to understand how such a large modern structure could simply disappear. Theories would range from quantum anomalies to time travel. The event could ignite a new field of research into unexplained phenomena.
Temporal paradox.
If the SHARD teleports back to 1912, it introduces anachronistic technologies and designs into a past that never originally had them. This could create a temporal paradox, as the existence of such a building might inspire earlier technological developments, potentially altering the timeline.
Historical divergence.
Depending on how much the existence of the SHARD influences 1912 society, the future might change. If architects and engineers from the early 20th century incorporate what they learned from the SHARD into their own work, we could see skyscrapers and glass-wrapped buildings much earlier than in the original timeline. By 2012, the entire cityscape of London, and possibly the world, might look very different from what we know.
Butterfly effect.
The ripples of this event could extend far beyond architecture. Who knows what economic, political, or cultural shifts might happen as a result? If something as significant as World War I were altered, for example, the modern world might be unrecognizable.
Physical and environmental concerns.
The Shard is built on deep foundations designed for the stability of 21st century London. In 1912, the ground might not be prepared for such a massive building, leading to structural instability. It might sink or collapse if the soil and foundation aren't suitable for the weight. The materials and systems used in the Shard could be completely incompatible with early 20th century environmental standards. Hazardous materials or technologies not yet understood in 1912 could cause unintended side effects, from pollution to resource consumption.
Speculative responses. Government reactions in 1912.
Authorities in 1912 would likely quarantine the building and try to investigate its origin. They might assume it's some sort of secret foreign weapon or experiment. Espionage might come into play as world powers of that time, like Britain, Germany, and the US, try to uncover the building's technology.
Religious interpretations.
Given the historical context, religious groups might interpret the Shard's sudden appearance as a sign or omen, potentially sparking a wave of spiritual movements or cults. This teleportation event would set off a cascade of historical, technological, and social changes that would ripple across time, leading to a fascinating yet unpredictable future.